What's up guys, welcome back to another Cube-tastic video. I hope you guys liked that intro, but anyway, today I have a very interesting comparison between the top 3 Pyraminxes today, as of I don't know, November 2020. So we are expecting a new magnetic Pyraminx to be arriving next year, so this might be an updated comparison, but you know what, I mean it is something you have to keep in mind when you're buying a new Pyraminx, because you don't want to be buying the most expensive Pyraminx and then you might be disappointed, because I certainly was disappointed. Anyway, let's get down into the comparison, and we have 3 Pyraminxes today. The magnetic, which is the oldest, it came out in 2016, which is 4 years ago. That's crazy. And next up we have the GAN Pyraminx, which just got released recently, 2020 Pyraminx, the newest of the bunch. And we also have the bubbley too, which is also relatively new Pyraminx, got released in June, like May, June 2020. So yeah, we'll compare these 3. I'll get over like my solving experience, the mods, setup, suggestions, and yeah, let's go straight into it. First off, we have the magnetic Pyraminx. Now this is the oldest of the 3 Pyraminxes. I got this in February 2018, so it is over 2.5 years old, and there's been a lot of problems with this specific one. So whenever it pops, the piece, like for example the edge piece, it splits apart and the magnets just fall off. I've lost a ton of magnets this way, and that's one of the reasons this is a really unstable Pyraminx for me. I cannot control this. But that being said, I think when I first got it, it was an amazing Pyraminx, except that I couldn't utilize its full potential because I was really slow. Now that I'm really fast, I can see why people want this Pyraminx. I'm considering getting another one of these because it was really fast. It wasn't like uncontrollably fast. Yes, it was slightly unstable, but if you kind of get used to it, you can control it. And there's another Pyraminx on this list that I'm gonna say the same thing because both of them use the same core, but this one is definitely a good buy in 2020. But I would suggest waiting for the 2nd generation magnetic Pyraminx, because the Bell V1 is still selling. So if they release the 2nd generation magnetic Pyraminx, they're still gonna be selling the 1st generation one I have here. And if that one's good, go for that. If this one's better than that one, you can buy this. It's better to be, I don't know, it's better to like wait than be sorry. Just save some money by waiting. If the new one's good, just buy it. And if you want to buy in 2020, I would recommend this if you're on a budget, but I think the other 2 on the list are a lot better. Next up, the X-Man Bubbley 2. So coming on to the Bubbley 2, I think it's an amazing Pyraminx. If you are okay with the core stripping and modding a little bit and core swapping, this is something I would definitely recommend. Like I said, the biggest problem is the core stripping. It does happen. It's not fixed yet. She was lying. It does happen. I did around 8,000 to 10,000 souls when this happened, but it might be less or more for you, so just keep that in mind. About the core swapping, I did with the Mayu Pyraminx, the original one with the ball bearings, and I'm surprised. It was quite a bit better, like in terms of speed. It was a little more unstable, but if you're used to it, you can control. I think the only problem is lockups. Lockups are really bad. Like I'm talking about 6x6 sort of lockups, where the piece goes into the wrong spot and then there's a void created where the piece was originally there, and then like it's just a mess. You've seen those 6x6 lockups which you have to pop out to fix that. That's the kind of lockups that happens with this Pyraminx. Strange, but again, it's my main because it's fast. If I can control it, I can get some crazy good times on it. one more suggestion I would have for this Pyraminx is don't buy for the magnetic system. It does not make like the change you'd be expecting. It does not change your solve at all. You can feel the difference if you're turning slowly, but if you're turning fast, I think the lighter setting you can kind of say it's unstable, but I think the medium and tighter settings, there's not much of a difference. So I would definitely not recommend this Pyraminx just for the adjustment systems and that kind of stuff. It's just a way to trick you into buying the Pyraminx. You're not really getting a lot more for your money from other Pyraminxes, so keep that in mind. This will not change the way you solve. So, and another thing about the design, I think the design is really cool. What? Cool. The kind of indentations they have between the edge and the tip, it's kind of cool to look at, and I cannot say it helps a lot in the solve, but it kind of assists sometimes. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And moving on to the final Pyraminx of the day, the GAN Pyraminx. So the GAN Pyraminx. We have a lot to talk about this Pyraminx. It's an amazing first try by GAN. They've been able to put together something we've never expected. It's really unique. I don't think there's any Pyraminx on the market that's exactly like this, or does it? No Pyraminx even comes close to the feel and performance of this one. Not exactly performance, but I would say the feel and the turning, they've just nailed it. Like, there is no competition here. It's the best one on both those categories. The only problem is the stock Pyraminx. So the standard one, it pops a lot because you have only one spring and you have only two tensions you can do, like because of the numerical IPT. So, and both of them pop a lot. So if that wasn't bad, the higher tier ones, the Enhanced and the Explorer, they come with lighter springs, so there's a higher probability to pop. So, I mean, people are like, what is this? Why do you even recommend this? Why do you even have this Pyraminx? So, Steven Witteringham found this amazing solution. Definitely go, I'll leave a link in the description and the cards up in the top right. Definitely do check that video. If you're buying this Pyraminx, you have to do that mod. I don't think you can use this Pyraminx without the mod. It pops like all the time, but with the mod it never pops. Maybe like once or twice every 500 souls for me, but it's a phenomenal mod. It's like those small things that make a huge difference. I'm impressed about how good the mod is. I've gotten barely any pops. It's a lot more stable, and I think those lighter springs actually make more sense now because this one's way too tight at this point. So if you have the lighter springs, if you have the Explorer or the Enhanced, definitely use those lighter springs. I think you can take advantage of the corner cutting they offer, and they won't pop. So I mean, they will pop a lot more than mine because mine's really tight, but again, I don't have corner cutting, so if I get those lighter springs, if GAN kind of offers them for I don't know, $5 or something, I would definitely buy it. I think it's a solid option to get. Definitely would recommend this. But if you're a casual Pyraminx solver who doesn't really care about mods and stuff, I would not recommend this. I think the Bell V2s, again, you need a actually, you know what? I think this one's a better choice. Because now that I'm thinking about it, you probably have a Moyu 3x3 at home. Because Moyu is such a big company, you're definitely going to be having a Moyu 3x3. And you'll probably have those washers inside them. So the mod is possible, so I think this is a better buy. I think the mod is easier on this one than the Bell V2. So if you're a casual Pyraminx solver, I think this one's the way to go. The standard one is perfect fine. If you don't do Pyraminx a lot, you don't need corner cutting. So with the mod, I think this is the perfect Pyraminx for Pyraminx solvers who are new to Pyraminx and want to get fast. So yes, I can sub 2 with this Pyraminx, so that kind of shows how good this Pyraminx is. So and it's me, okay? If I can get sub 2, literally anyone can get sub 2. So definitely recommend this. The mod is highly recommended. Definitely do it, and yeah, like I said, I'll leave it link in the description and the cards. So yeah, for $18, the standard one is okay. I would recommend it over the Bell V2 for casual solvers, and if you're a speed solver, I would definitely recommend the Bell V2 at this price point. But, a big but, if you can afford, if you can, please go for the Explorer or the Enhanced. Uh, Not so much the Explorer. If you can save that extra $5 for the Enhanced, definitely go for that. I think the extra magnets will make this Pyraminx a lot better. But this one, the standard one, does have magnets that are capable of controlling well. So I don't see a lot of stability difference from this in the Bell V2 with the stronger magnets. So that kind of shows how well the core to edge magnets on the GAN Pyraminx really is. I think it's a very innovative choice by GAN, and it paid off. I don't feel resistance, so that's one of the reasons I can turn really fast on this, even though it's actually not really that fast. It's really tight, so it's an amazing Pyraminx. Definitely recommend this, especially the Enhanced. So the final verdict: which one should you get? So I think it's more of a personal choice. If you're on a really tight budget, I would recommend the Moyu one, definitely. I think even if you're not on a budget, I think it's a great choice if you want to try something like you've never done before. I assume you've probably tried the Moyu Magnetic because it's such a popular Pyraminx. Everybody's used it. It's the world record Pyraminx, so I mean, there is a reason it's considered one of the best even today, 4 years on. So I think you should definitely get it if you're on a tight budget or you want something like you want speed. If speed is your main goal, the Moyu Magnetic is yours. Now, who's the Bell V2 for? I would say it's for people who are on like a mid-range budget, like around the GAN standard kind of $20 budget, but they want like they're okay with mods, but they want like speed. So if you have a Bell or if you have a Bell V1, so if you have a Bell V1, I think you should definitely go with the Bell V2. Unless you do not like the kind of hollow feel of the Bell V2. I don't know why, but it feels hollow. It doesn't feel like as solid as the GAN for me. So if you do not like hollow feel, avoid the Bell V2. And I think the GAN Pyraminx is really the winner. It's better in pretty much every category from the Bell V2 for most people, and it feels a lot better. In fact, it is a lot better. It's more durable. I've dropped the Pyraminx like from 2 meters. I'm not joking. From 2 meters, it survived that. Okay, it passed my drop test, and the Bell V2 did not. Sort of. It popped. The GAN, the tip popped, but that's about it. Just one tip popped, and everything else was fine. It was working alright. So it's a very, very durable Pyraminx, and you don't have any issues with if you can do the mod, you'll have no issues with performance. If you have the enhanced one, I think you can possibly break world record if you're fast enough. So it's a very, very capable Pyraminx. Definitely recommend it. It's the better one of the three. I mean, it's the best one of the three, and probably the best one overall. But that doesn't mean there are no Pyraminxes that can compete against these three. Some of the Pyraminx I think are like close, or the Yushin Hualong, the Shengshao Mr. M, and the original Bell V1. So I think these Pyraminxes, or even the Chi MS and the Meilong, but I think those don't like compare to these because those are like totally different. Those are budget ones that are insanely good. So I think they deserve their own category at this point, flagship killers. But yeah, these are amazing Pyraminxes. You wouldn't regret buying any of these except the Bell V2, because if you don't know how to change the core, you're screwed. But anyway, that's just all. What? I can't even talk at this point. That's it all. That's it all. That's all for today, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison and learned something from it. And I hope I was able to help you make a decision on buying your next Pyraminx. I'm talking Polish now. And I'll see you next time. Peace. Stay safe.